Calibrate your content to maximize its effectiveness. Hi everyone, my name is Wayne Pollack. I'm an attorney who helps other attorneys engage the audiences that are vital to their firm's success, including their clients, their referral sources, their employees, and the media. In this video, the 5 elements of content calibration. If you are not calibrating the thought leadership, marketing, and business development content that you publish and you put out into the world, you're making a mistake. If you are not calibrating your content, you are just putting out there what you think your target audience is, prospective clients, current clients, prospective and current referral sources want in the form of your content, but you really have no idea, and you're just putting it out there. It's a one-sided relationship, and we all know how one-sided relationships go when one side just does what they want without really factoring in what the other side wants. To prevent this kind of issue, you should be calibrating the content you publish as part of your thought leadership marketing and business development efforts. So let me walk through the 5 elements that I think you should be considering when you calibrate your content. Element number 1, substance. You should be calibrating the substance of your content. What exactly do your target audiences want from you? Do they want updates regarding specific developments in the law, like a new case coming down or a proposed legislation or something that an administrative agency did? Or do they want trends? Do they want a recap of recent trends over the past quarter or over the past 6 months that seem to indicate something? Do they want original research from you regarding legal developments? Do they want industry news? Do they want a bit more of a wider perspective on what's happening in their industry? And of course, when you're talking about the takeaways from a particular development or news item in your content, are you actually calibrating those takeaways to be what the target audiences care about, what they find relevant and compelling, or are you just talking in broad strokes? Element number 2, style. How do your target audiences want to be communicated to? Do they want polished, stuffy, typical law firm writing, or do they want a bit more informal writing? Do they want a little bit more whimsical writing, maybe with some snark, maybe with some attitude? Remember, your content, your law firm's content, your organization's content isn't just competing with other law firms' content and other organizations' content. It's competing with any content that your target audiences consume. We're talking about TikToks. We're talking about product pages on Amazon. We're talking about online news sites. We're talking about blogs regarding food, blogs about gossip. Your content is competing with all of this other kind of content, so it needs to be calibrated in terms of the style that your clients will find and your target audiences will find most compelling, most interesting, and most likely to want to digest and consume. Element number 3, structure. How do your target audiences want your content to be structured? Do they like the typical 1,000, 1,500 word, 2,000 word articles that law firms typically put out? Or would they prefer a 750 word article or a 500 word article or a 300 word article with lots of bullet points? Do they want to have content in the form of an email? Do they want a full body 2,000 word article emailed to them? Or they prefer links in an email after an introductory paragraph or two that then link to your firm or your organization's website that has the full-blown longer form article? Additionally, do they like the structure of classic business writing? Do they want 3 to 5 or 6 sentences in a paragraph? Or do they want paragraphs with 1 or 2 or 3 sentences? Do they want a little bit more of an airy structure than the typical dense business writing structure? Element number 4, form. Now, I've assumed when I've talked about elements 2 and 3 that this is going to be written content, but maybe your target audiences don't really prefer written content. Maybe they want videos. Maybe they want podcast episodes. Maybe they want webinars. You should be calibrating the form of your content to match what your target audiences want. Remember, the name of the game is producing content that is going to be relevant and compelling to your target audiences, and that means putting it in the right form that they will be most likely to digest it in. Finally, element number 5, frequency. How frequently do your target audience members want to hear from you? Do they want to hear from you on a weekly basis, a bi-weekly basis, a monthly basis, a daily basis? How frequently is too frequent and how frequently is not frequent enough. Once you get a sense of the frequency with which they want to hear from you, you might actually be able to answer some of these other questions like structure, like form, because you're getting a sense of, gee, they like to hear from me on a frequent basis. We should be putting out short bursts of content. Or perhaps they only want to hear from you on a monthly basis. That might make you want to create longer form content, knowing they're only going to hear from you once a month. So you better make it count with the depth of the content that you give them. As you could have guessed, the key to these 5 elements of content calibration is getting feedback from your target audience members. You need to be talking to them every so often, taking the temperature, getting a sense of how they like their content to be delivered, the form, the structure, the substance, the frequency. Get an idea from them what they like so you can structure, you can create content accordingly that fits with their expectations and their desires. Now, obviously, you don't have to sit them down for an hour. These conversations can be weaved in when you're having normal conversations with them concerning their legal issues, their business issues. You can weave these into your normal client conversations. At the same time, if you ask 5 or 10 different clients or referral sources, they're going to probably tell you 5 or 10 different answers. That's fine. What you're trying to do is get feedback, find patterns, and hopefully come to some kind of consensus about these 5 elements of content calibration so you can create content that is more likely or not to be in the preferred form that your clients, your referral sources, and your other target audience members have indicated. Like I said earlier, it's rarely a good thing in a relationship when one side says what it wants without factoring in what the other side wants to hear. This is true when it comes to thought leadership marketing and business development content. Calibrate your content along the 5 elements that I discussed in this video to help maximize its effectiveness. Content that's more likely to be consumed is more likely to do its job, which is position you and your colleagues as authorities regarding the areas of law that you practice. If you're interested in learning more about how to create compelling and relevant thought leadership marketing and business development content, check out lawfirmedgerollservice.com. We have plenty of blog posts, videos, and podcast episodes that can help you do just that.